folks, and welcome to another Sunday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt, and Benjamin's still not here. However, I will be honest with you. His show, this is either its last weekend or its first weekend. I can't recall, good buddy. I think it's his first weekend. So I think I have one more on my own, and then he will join me. We'll probably talk about this when he comes back, but I can't wait any longer. Of course, we were on public radio together. That was a lot of fun. Just for a little bit, we did a little bit there. Someone graciously let us come into the studio and clown around for a little while. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet some nice people, some old friends I hadn't seen in a while. In fact, I went on campus. The radio station is on campus, and I saw that one of my old teachers was still around. Now, the thing is, he moved away a long time ago, and I guess he moved back, I don't know, it looks like he's been here for 6 years. And I never knew. I never knew he'd come back. And I like to visit old teachers because there aren't that many that are around, 26 years ago when I was in school. And for good reason. Most of them are dead. Most of them died off in the 2010s or 2000s, and very few of them remain alive. In fact, I found out from this professor that one of the ones I thought for sure, if you were to tell me who would have died in the early 2000s, I would have told you, because this guy was old as dirt back in the day, yet he is still alive at 91, 92, 93, whatever years old. One of my other professors is 93. He lives slightly out of town in the country, but it is him. I verified it was him, and I'd love to see him, but he's way too old. He probably won't remember me. I'd still love to see him. But he was a great professor. And another one who was my advisor is still around too. He is in his late 80s. And last I heard, doing well. But anyway, so to find one that was alive, much less working. Much less working. And it's so odd because this is one that I was just thinking about earlier this year. And I texted a buddy of mine. Something had happened, and I was like, man, oh man, it used to never be like this. I remember I had this one teacher who always told me, and I was like, whatever happened to him? So I texted my buddy. I said, hey, whatever happened to this guy? He goes, oh, he said, yeah, I said, what was his name is what I said. He gave me his name. He didn't know where he was, but he gave me his name. Well, I didn't even bother looking it up. I'd forgotten over the past month and a half, and then suddenly it just popped up that he was a contributor on the radio station because he works at the school now. He's head of social sciences or whatever. And I was like, awesome. So I went to go see him. Well, they called him up on his cell phone because he wasn't in the office and told him I wanted to come see him. Well, he didn't know me. It was embarrassing. I know they were just being nice and everything, but they gave me his room number, and I went by. When he came back from lunch, I came by his office. He looked me in the face. He remembered me. We laughed about good times. He talked government back in the day. Back in the day, you used to not fight over if you were a Republican or Democrat. You had disagreements, but you never fought. It wasn't like it is now. Now, I'm sounding cranky now, I guess, but back in my day, there wasn't really any big, you voted for so-and-so, you're the enemy, I'm not talking to you. It wasn't as volatile as it is, I guess, today. And today's political climate, we're a little bit touchy, so to speak. And I remember, because, not to get into politics too much, but I'm strictly vote for third-party candidates a lot. Now, I have voted Democrat and I have voted Republican before, but not much. And I get a lot of flack from my Republican friends for not voting Republican all the time because it's not, the Republican candidate's not usually the best one. But the thing is, Dad raised us to be independent. Think about the person you love. Dad always voted for third-party people that that he felt he respected. He kind of got disenfranchised with both parties years ago. And so that's kind of how we were growing up. So during this class, of course, everyone pegs me as being on one side. And so to be sort of a jerk, I said, okay, fine. I'll do one that'll just piss off both parties. And I did. I had a presentation, and boy, did it stir the crowd up. I mean, it stirred I remember how it started. I said, I said, the time has come for me to reveal my thoughts on Republicans and Democrats. I believe both parties are in cars driving off a cliff. And the only thing is, Democrats are driving 5 miles faster. I think they're both falling off the cliff. And from there on out, I just decided to tear apart parties, which didn't, as you can tell, didn't get, it lit a grenade underneath there. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty good at defending my point of view, if you haven't figured that out from my defending the EU videos I did. And I had the class in knots, man. I mean, I defended myself. I said, will you please lower your voice? You're screaming. Will you please lower your voice, please? Thank you very much. And they implored the teacher to step in, the professor to step in and tell me off. And the professor goes, I'm not saying anything. If y'all can't defend it, then Matt's going to win this argument. And I ended up winning. And afterwards, I got an A, the highest A in his class. And he told me that. And he also told me, he said, I just want you to know, I don't agree with anything you said, but you defend. But you know what? I felt that was fair. That was being fair. Professors aren't fair anymore. But that was pretty fair. I got away with a lot. I pushed buttons a lot. I defended my point of view several times and shocked professors. In fact, a lot of them thought I was going to be a lawyer. I got that all the time. But anyway, he was always good. So I went back to see him, and I kind of talked about, this and that and the political climate, because everyone wants to talk politics. They want to get into a fight about politics. They want to feel where you're at and then argue with you that so-and-so is bad for the country. We lasted 4 years with the last president. I was told we were all going to die. I was told by our previous president, that the United States was going to just crumble. It was going to just crumble apart and never come back. And now I'm hearing that about the next candidate from the other party. So, and guess what? Spoilers. We'll still be here in 4 years. So at least they're cutting, whether you like the new president or not, at least they're cutting costs, man. Just cut it. I mean, everyone's complaining, oh, they're cutting the wrong place. No, man, cut everywhere. Cut everywhere. Cut the government out completely. An anarchy podcast. This is what happens when Benjamin's not here. I get anarchists here. Burn it all down, man. Burn it all down. Let freedom ring. All right, anyway. Yeah, I'm drinking this. What is this? Oh, no wonder. This is a coffee company. I decided to try a new energy drink, Black Rifle, but they're a coffee company. I'm reading this on the back here. I was like, oh, Black Rifle, that looks new. And it tastes awful. It's not coffee. But coffee people do not know energy drinks. They think they do and they don't. Oh, man. Nice, sick design and everything, and it fooled me. If I would have seen coffee company on the back, I didn't know they're a coffee. I don't drink coffee. Not a coffee drinker. But anyway, so, all right, off that political horse. Just thought that was a lot of fun. It was fun catching up with the old professor. The moment I walked in, he remembered me. He remembered the instance. And we laughed. He offered to share an article with me that I was going to review on my channel about, kind of the political rhetoric and how both sides need to calm down and stuff like that. And, it's gotten out of hand. If you don't know, someone refused to talk or bring people onto my show because I have someone who talks about anti-wokeism. And I don't care. You can listen to his channel if you want to. If you don't, I don't care. And he doesn't care either. But the point we're talking about was Star Wars, Expanded Universe. And that's what the convention was about. And because they didn't want to let him or anyone else, all these other bigger channels, because they didn't like him in one shape, fashion, or form, these guys didn't promote it and could have brought them enough tickets to probably sell and keep the convention going. And, I know a lot of those people aren't happy with me right now, but because it's the truth. I mean, it just is. I don't think you should discriminate based on political bias. I just don't. I'm the only one these days. It used to be regular thinking, but now It's kind of going off the deep end. And I asked this professor that question, gave him what went down, had some receipts to show, and said, what's going on here? And he said, well, this is a classic case of blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, he doesn't like the anti-wokeism of my buddy either, but says it agrees it is unfair to exclude him. In fact, you should start finding more things in common with one another. So, but of course, those voices of reason are kind of far from gone over the years. Anyway, off that topic. That topic. This Saturday morning Samoflange. Here we go. Someone asked me my favorite days of the week, and they were shocked about it. Just yesterday, I had this conversation, and I said, yeah, that's my favorite day. I said, no, it's not. I said, I'm being serious. And they were like, what? And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I should do a podcast about this. I was thinking about it in the car, and I was like, yeah, that'd be a good one. But, of course, because it's just me, I have to have a separate topic, too. So I thought I'd also add months of the year. And then I'd talk about my favorite seasons. I don't really know what my favorite seasons are. Maybe spring, because there's more daylight hours and it starts getting warmer. That'd be number one. I'm going backwards on seasons because I don't know. Fall, because it's cooler, and that's about it. Summer, because it's not winter. I hate the cold. I despise the cold. So there's my season rankings there. But anyway, months. I thought I'd do months real quick. My top 5 months. This is in classic Samoflange 5-to-1 order. The number 5 is just a throwaway. I don't really care because I found out I didn't really have a 5th one, but April. Generally, March around here in Louisiana is up, down, up, down, up, down. Like I'll wake up in the morning, it'll be 33 degrees, 33 with a high of 73. I'm not kidding. It goes up 40 degrees, 7, 8 degrees every hour until it hits 1 or 2 o'clock, and then it's at its hottest. That's just insane while we have a 40-degree difference in the span of 6 hours. But it is the case here. But in April, that starts to kind of flatten out a little bit. And I don't know, it's too soon in April right now. But usually we have a little cold snap, and then it's done. We're done. So that's kind of nice, so I'll just say April. Number 4 is May. May is my birthday, but that had zero factor into this. May is also BGG SpringCon, which I love going to. I haven't been in a couple of years. I'm probably not going to go this year. I really want to go, but I don't want to go by myself. And it looks like if I go, it'll be by myself. And it's never fun to go to a board game convention by yourself. I don't want to do that. So, but May would probably be here if I went to that con. It'd be solid number 4. My birthday means nothing. No, I mean, some people will say happy birthday to me. That's fine. Basically, my mom is the only one who comes over. She's going to bring me, this year, she's going to bring me Twinkies and socks. That's all. I always get a box of Twinkies, which my kids eat now, and then socks. That's it. You can always use some new socks. But that's the only gift I get. I don't get any gifts. I haven't gotten a gift since I was 39. So almost 10 years it's been since I've gotten a birthday gift. I buy myself a birthday gift, and this year I have one in mind of what I'm going to get. But I always buy my own birthday gift. And that's basically how it works. No one else gets me anything. And that's okay. I'm not complaining either. It's not like I want anything, I mean, outside of an Amazon gift card, there's really nothing. I don't trust anyone to go shopping for me, And when I give a list, they rarely get things off of it. Even though this time, when I gave a Christmas list, I gave the same things. I told everyone, I said, this is the same thing, so check with one another. And still 2 people got me the same thing. It's incredible. They didn't network together, even though I told them both. You're both getting this list. I sent it together with them, but either way. So May, number 4. Number 3, easy. The top 3 were easy. August, and August usually might be higher, but the past few years hasn't been as fun. But I have a 2-week family vacation at the beach in August. I love it. It's a cool time. I love hanging out, doing nothing. I catch up on book reading. I used to play a lot of board games with my nephews, but now my nephews do not play games with me. So last year was really sad. The year before that, we played a little bit. Like they'd play a little bit the first couple of days, and they'd stop. And now they just don't play at all. So it's kind of sad because I wish I could play board games again. But because that was the best time when I was playing board games with them. It used to be my favorite time of the year. I mean, August would be number one if I was playing board games again. But it's still fun just hanging with family. Basically, I hang out with the kids a lot. They can't go out to the beach. The babies can't. Maybe this year they'll be able to go out to the beach a little bit longer. But last year it was really hot. That sun really beats down on them. And, you know, even though they get suntan lotion, they can get really hot really quick. And there is no shade. My brother doesn't bring his tent anymore, so I don't want to bake out in the hot sun. I hate it too. So, and the kids, the babies need to be held to go out to the water. So we'll wait out in the water for a little while, then I'll take them inside. You know, and basically I watch them at night and everything as the missus goes out and parties and everything. So I'm Horton hatching an egg the 2 weeks there, but I don't mind it because, like I said, I can get a lot of reading in, which is what I plan to do this year as well. But like I said, back in the day when I was playing board games, whoa, ho, 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 be number one. But right now, August falls to number 3, my number 3 month of the year. Number 2 is December. Obviously, Christmas time is a happy time. Everyone's super happy around that time. It's Christmas season. Christmas music is in the air, the special time of year, and it's fun. I enjoy Christmas. I enjoy it fine. You know, that's also the time I take off for another 2 weeks and watch my kids who are out of school. You know, that's all I do is watch kids all day now in my free time. And then number 1 is going to be November. Obviously, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. So my favorite month is probably going to be November. And, you know, back in the day, August would have been number 1. November would have been number 2. But now it took the number 1 spot. I just love November. Of course, it's getting cooler. Here in Louisiana, October is still hot. October you think would cool down, but it's still warm in October. You still sweat in October. I still mow grass in October. But November, things finally start to cool off. It's nice again. I'm happy. And then I'm also happy because I do love Thanksgiving. I do something I've done every year forever, and that was basically... I will be thankful for something or someone. I reached out to 20-something people last year and was specific about what I was thankful for them. So thankful for my friends, if I couldn't tell them in person. So, you know, but just being thankful for everything. So that's really an important month for me, and that's why November would be number 1. All right, so the days of the week. I have ranked them all. This is an extremely boring podcast. Benjamin better come back quick, right? But I ranked the days of the week. Now, you think everyone's going to pick the weekend, right? Well, I do not. I do in one case. I guess it's one weekend I really like. But I will go ahead and give honorable mentions. So 7 and 6 will be honorable mentions. My first honorable mention, maybe there's not really a bad day of the week, I guess, for me, but Wednesday, nothing happens. Nothing ever happens on a Wednesday for me, usually. I am sitting at the house with 4 kids on my own. The missus is gone every weeknight and all day on Saturdays, usually, and sometimes half a day on Sundays. But I'm usually here with the kids all night long, and there's nothing else going on. And I'm trying to clean and keep up with screaming, fighting children all day who need something every 5 minutes. Well, I'm trying to clean up, first off, their hurricane of a mess because I have to feed them all and sometimes bathe them all. And then, of course, get them to brush their teeth. And it's just one mess after that. And then fights all the time. There's a fight going on currently right now. Right now. So I can hear it. I can hear the screaming for whatever reason. All right. So, but Wednesday, probably my least favorite. And this is followed very closely by number 6. I hate Saturdays. Saturdays used to be my favorite day. When I was a kid, Saturdays were the best day. And now Saturdays is just me all day all day. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night or whatever. The missus hangs out with her friends, I think, afterwards. But, we take the kids to the park and do stuff. but it's constantly changing diapers, again screaming and fighting, again food, again messes, always have to be cleaned up. And again, I'm just trying to make it through the day. Now, by the time they go to bed, there is nothing for me to do. Or the missus gets home, maybe she'll get home sometimes early at 8 o'clock at night. And there's really nothing for me to do, so I just go upstairs and read, or just kind of go to my room and maybe just fall asleep. I don't know. And I always feel like I wasted the day. Always. I feel like I could have been doing something fun, hanging out with people. I do not see human beings. I do not see adults all day on a Saturday, which makes it just rotten. Just the absolute rotten. In fact, I may move this to number 7 now that I'm talking about it, because at least I get to see people at work on a Wednesday. So, yes, Saturday would be my worst day by far, because I don't feel like I've wasted a Wednesday like I feel like I've wasted a Saturday. So Saturday, my least favorite day of the week. I'm probably the only person in humanity who doesn't like a Saturday, but anyway, Saturday, number 7. There you go. And number 6, Wednesday, you got promoted to number 6. Congratulations. All right, now the top 5. Friday. Friday is number 5. Everyone's favorite day. Friday, when they get paid. For me, I don't really care. I don't really care about Friday. Fridays seems fun at work. You feel that way because everyone's excited. Everyone's happy. We usually get to do something on a Friday. We go out and get something to drink or a little snack or something. So that's kind of fun. That's where my fun usually ends, because Friday night it's just me watching the kids all night and more fighting and screaming and messes to clean up. But other than that, I mean, every once in a while, someone, one of my nephew's friends will come over for board games, but that's like once every 2 months, maybe. It doesn't happen that often, but Friday is a good day for him every so often. So that's why Fridays barely gets on the list at number 5, because I have a little bit better day. Everyone's a little bit happier at work, and every 2 months there's a board game. You'll see these days really coincide with how much human interaction I get, adult interaction I get. Number 4 is Thursdays. Thursdays are actually pretty fun. We're doing either a podcast or one of my favorite streams, which is a more civilized age. And just like that, I was interrupted mid-podcast stream because, of course, they're insane. All right, here we go. Thursday nights, though, a more civilized age is super fun to do. It's once a month. It's now a live stream. I love hanging out with my good friends Meg and Ryan. Meg Ryan. And then I will sometimes do a podcast on those times. Monday is number 3. And to be honest, number 2 and 3 can be interchangeable. Monday nights is definitely going to be a podcast night, almost assuredly. If not, it'd be the other night here. So I'll go ahead and say it. Tuesday would be number 2. But honestly, these could be number 2, 3. You could switch them up, because that's usually the time I'm meeting with Benjamin or Wesley. We're doing a stream together. Those are the best times for those guys, and sometimes I'll have them over back to back. And if I'm not having a podcast night, I'm probably having this couple over for board games one of those nights. So one of the nights is going to be a podcast. The other night's going to be a board game night. Almost assuredly. Almost every time. Not 100% guaranteed, but almost every time one of those things are going to happen. So, and that's a great time. It's a great time. In fact, it happens to be a Monday while I'm recording this. So, voila, my Monday night. But either way, it flips back and forth between those 2 nights. They're always good. Of course, that's my fun time. I feel like I've earned it since, watching kids for at that point would be 4 hours straight, and, just dealing with that and trying to get some cleaning done. Wednesday, I should say, maybe I should bump Wednesday up a little bit, because Wednesday and Friday are almost the same, but work is a little bit nicer. Usually those are my cleanup days. I'm usually cleaning up the whole house, and Saturdays too. I just clean up around the house because I'm the only one who knows how to clean. Let's see. So that's number 2 and 3. And number 1 is the last day left. Sunday, Super Sunday. Hanging out with the family. most of the day, which is a lot of fun. And, of course, by that point, my wife is there that morning, and there's a 50% chance she'll be there that afternoon. Usually she leaves and goes back to the theater for the rest of the afternoon and evening. And she'll get in early, like at 7 or something. 6 o'clock, I think. Between 6 and 7 she'll get back. But she didn't stay as late. But if she's gone, she's just gone for the afternoon. And the kids are usually sleeping. So that's right in rest break. So I'm really only with them on my own for 2 hours. And then, of course, that night, my nephew comes over, and it's our movie night. The nephews come over. They bring some friends, and we watch a movie. A lot of times they've been, we can get home runs. Sometimes we've had awful movies. And then, like, as of this podcast, last week's was okay. Wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as the week before, but it was okay. But, man, we went off. We had gotten 2 movies that we didn't really know much about, and they were just bangers, man. They were awesome. They were just 100%. It was like, wow, we have gotten back-to-back home runs, and we were trying to keep. And the other one we had before that was like a B. It wasn't an A+ movie, but it was a B movie. Good enough, good enough. But then we struck out and got an F, a big fat F, and now we're moving upwards. We got a C. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best either, but it wasn't bad. But it was definitely a C movie. So we're moving up. We're trending up, so to speak, trying to get those movies up. But it is kind of fun trying to figure out a movie for us to watch every week. Very rarely does he not come over now, but we'll do that. And that's been a lot of fun. So Sundays, because I have the most adult human interaction, is my best day of the week. So let me know. There's a lot to know today in the chat here about, your favorite seasons, your favorite months of the year. Least favorite months, I should have done a top 5, but it's definitely, I don't like February. February is probably the worst because it can be bitter cold here. Plus, I hate Mardi Gras and I hate Valentine's Day. So probably February is number 1. January is next because it's freaking cold. And I hate the cold. So February 1st, January number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not sure. When we fall back, whenever that is. Oh, that's in November, actually. Oh, boy. I hate that, too. But, I hate, I don't know how high this would rank there, but maybe October. Yeah, October would probably be number 3 because I hate Halloween. I cannot stand Halloween. And then number 4, I think I'm getting good at this. Is it March? We do spring forward in March, which I appreciate. So maybe not March. Maybe one of the hot months, June or July, because those are really hot and miserable. July would maybe be number 4. No, 5. We'll make it 5. We'll make July 5, and we'll make, what is it? What did I say? March? Yeah, because March has the cold mornings. It's cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. Kind of annoying. Not as bad. 4 and 5 don't really bother. 3, 4, and 5 don't really bother me that much. But 1 and 2, February and January, I hate the winter. So what were the 2 that got away? June and September? Between those 2, probably September. I like better than June, I guess. Even though Labor Day isn't usually a board game day for me. Memorial Day is. Labor Day isn't. So I guess June would win out. No, September would win out over June. It's still, maybe it's not as hot. It's still hot. No, there's the Wing Dang Doodle is in September. Hold on. I would put September as number 4 and bump May down to number 5. I forgot about the Wing Dang Doodle. I've been going there for past 2 years. Yeah, Wing Dang Doodle number 4, May 5. So April would beat out June. There you go. And then you just had to put the rest in order because I've already forgotten. But there you go. I ranked all the months of the year and all the days of the week. How much boring can we be? But seriously, after the conversation I had here, I just thought, this is probably a good conversation for Saturday morning Samoflange. And I know Benjamin is not regretting being gone today. I guarantee you this would probably be a topic he'd be like, maybe I'll wait for the next one. And folks, I will see you next time on Saturday morning Samoflange.